This is my first acro mode flight of my iFlight Alpha C85 drone. You can see here I'm just in angle mode to get started. This is my first flight outside of home. This area is very grassy. The grass here is really high, you can't really see it properly. But I really didn't want to land in the grass here, so I was flying on this little strip. You can see here I'm going to be testing my drone range. So I go out to this little intersection, I see that's where the range starts going a bit weird on the video. And you see me turn around and have a look at where the range went bad, and you can see that intersection's a great landmark for me to know where I'm going to be flying. Here we are. My first flight in acro mode. Of course I do a flip. Everyone needs to do a flip in the first time. So yeah, as I said, I didn't want to land, so I kept things really high up. I just didn't want to be close to the ground. Didn't want to go into that grass, so I was risking everything higher up. And yeah, this thing flies like a bumblebee on crack. It's really cool. It's really fun. You can see it wobbles a bit when it comes down. I think that's due to air mode. As I said, this is my first ever flight, so I've not really configured things properly. I've not tuned things properly. This is just a factory tuning. Full throttle, it goes pretty fast. It impressed the boys. Very good to finally be able to practice my basic skills that I've been learning in the simulator this whole time. Still got a ways to go to do everything fluidly without flopping around, but it's just really nice to see it in real life with that real latency and feel the weight of a drone as real gravity instead of video game moon gravity or Jupiter gravity. Just coming in for a landing here. Almost. You see air mode causes that bouncing, just bounce the drone when it starts landing. It's quite dangerous. That's why I'll eventually be turning air mode off, but I need to do more research. So after I've been warmed up, this is where the fun starts. My two visual line of sight seekers are meant to be keeping an eye out for my drone's safety and my safety, but they decided to play ball, whatever. And they know what they're doing. So it's time for a little battle. So I got them to throw the ball just to test my skills. It's very unlikely to be hit by a thrown object with a racing drone. This is my first attempt at a dive, and it gets cut short. See that little flick? I don't know what that is. There's definitely something wrong with the propellers or a bit of the configuration, but it's preventing aggressive dives from working properly. It does it again here, much more aggressively. I think that's something to do with air mode. I'm not sure. Excellent shot, didn't expect that at all. Managed to recover because I was high off the ground. decided to use the chairs as some little gaps. This is very, very difficult because I'm not used to floor gaps like this. Lawn mowing like this is very difficult for me. So we flipped it around and that makes it a bit easier because I'm not trying to mow the ground. Still quite difficult though, missing most of the time. There's definitely a massive difference between a simulator and real life. The real life latency of the controls, because of all the radio functions, does make the drone feel heavier and more different. Interesting, you see the video skip a bit there, it's because I bounced off the ground. It seems that bouncing off of objects sometimes causes the video to stutter. This hand launch fails because the gyroscope in the drone only allows you to arm at a certain angle. I can definitely turn that off so I can arm at any angle, and a throw launch can be very easy like that, or a launch from a racing pad. At this point I'm starting to get comfortable with the feeling of it. I'm nearly making the gaps. That was a good landing. You can see now I've switched to the lighter batteries. The drone looks a lot more nimble, and now I feel more confident. The drone seems to freak out if I crash into something, where it just turns the propellers onto maximum. And it just gets stuck onto cloth and curtains and that kind of thing. Props to my two helpers for retrieving the drone and keeping it safe and keeping an eye out for me. Real near miss to Mike there, went straight over his head. Didn't even realise. I'm just discussing how to launch safely, and you see me arm it and arm the drone and make sure that the propellers don't hurt his fingers before I set it off. So I see that arming it is safe, then let him throw it, and then I fully throttle up and it goes up. So that's a good hand launch, and that's one of the advantages of a Cinewhoop drone like this, is they're very nimble and they can be thrown around and they can crash a lot. They're great for noobs, they're great for people who have just come out of DJI filming drones like I have. You can just get the best of both worlds, but I'm not going to be putting a GoPro on this anytime soon because this is just for practice. I don't feel like I can get any shots that are worth the money for a GoPro right now, so I'm just going to keep practicing, and I think the next video I'm going to be increasing the angle on the camera. You see the camera is level. I think next time I want to go full throttle a bit more, fly about faster with my angle higher. Of course, it's more difficult to fly like that, but that's the whole point of these Cinewhip drones, is to go fast and get some good footage. The low battery warning is not configured very well on this drone. I need to fix that. I've still got a good bit of battery to float around for a little while and not do any tricks. Thanks for watching.